I came to Byron because of the healing properties. I just wish that I could afford one. I used to be funny. Thank you for that moment of silence for my personality. So I'm a little sick of shocking people with my shocking story. I hate that people love to hear the sexually explicit and the gory. Instead tonight I want to stand up here, have some fun and lay down my own Laurie. At 32 I was diagnosed with narcolepsy. Should have just rhymed with that earlier. My husband was in every appointment helping to determine why I was so sleepy. A rare incurable sleep disorder, no longer able to drive or work, losing my memory. Increasingly frightening, lengthy, unexplained seizure-like episodes, and shitting my pants daily. Not anymore though, call me. I was bracing to become a vegetable, a cute one, like a potato or a squash. We were looking into wheelchairs. He was very excited for a sticker on the car, NDIS eligibility. And then he left me in sickness and in health, but not this sick, he said out loud, literally. He went to Greece and I went to therapy. The ultimate gaslight came after months of recovery, when my doctors and I discovered that my narcolepsy was actually complex PTSD. All of my symptoms, an acute, very acute, trauma response to years of coercive control and DV. I know that word comes with a lot, but it's not to be confused with VD, venereal disease. Tonight we're talking about vaginas. To some people they're as unmentionable as intimate partner violence, IPV. Which also sounds like a rash. But if you let me scramble it, it makes me VIP, baby! I sit in the therapist like I'm in an awkward family photo without the family. And when I run out of things to say, I look at the floor to indicate I'm done. Have you ever noticed how the word therapy is very similar to the phrase, the rapey? The rapey is a phrase. For those of us who need therapy, yes, there's no I in we, but there is the rapist in therapist. So we won't be needing ink blots then. I hate to be a cliche therapist theatrical device, but how do you feel about that? My lips are sealed shut, as in I am not having sex. I told my mum I'm going to be one of those people that marries their fridge. What? I keep being told that I need to freeze my eggs. This is what my therapist said I should talk about. I feel split between the part of me that desperately wants to be fun and silly and play a clip on stage. And then sometimes I feel like I've woken up from surgery and they took the wrong limb. What do you mean you took my funny bone? Well, we meant to extract your humerus. But unfortunately, we took both, literally and metaphorically. You guys operate on metaphors? I know that it's good that I'm no longer in survival mode, but man, I miss having my trauma responses firing on all cylinders. Now I listen, I hold space. Which is devastating because I'm not constantly hilarious. I'm so worried that I'll never make anyone laugh ever again, and I say this to my therapist and she laughs. So someone's a happy customer. And it's me. My parents are just happy I'm alive. I'm a little like, if I'm not levitating by the end of this, I want their money back. I'm trying to write a play because even though my name is Maryellen and I am the titular me and me the play, it's the only time I've been titular. I'm more of an arse girl. I'm trying to write something that gives you the feeling you have when you're a kid and you leave the cinema but you're still in Star Wars. Is that a high bar to set for myself, given my material is a little more he forced me to than may the force be with you? Probably, but I'm up for the challenge. Call me Yoda. do or do not. There is no try. I've been told that I smile too much when I talk about domestic violence. People find it off-putting, and so do I. Trauma makes you weird. I was verbal diarrheaing everywhere. I'd be going into cafes, they'd be like, name? Okay, I'll tell you, I've been abused. Sugar? I'm a statistic! 2 shots or 1? 2. Are you insane? I used to shit myself. My experience is crazy, but what's crazier is it's common. And it's so common for us to think that we're lying. I shared this with my therapist and she asked, well, how do you feel about your relationship to the truth in here with me? And I said, well, I don't worry about that in here with you because you're a professional mind reader. In fact, I go to the bathroom before every session because I want you to know that I'm not holding anything in. People are calling it a post-truth era, but for those of us who were never believed, there never was a truth era. We went from not being believed to really not being believed. So if I'm going to be called hysterical, I might as well let my hair down and attempt it. People's curiosity is so often misplaced. They ask, did he hit you? What kind of abuse was it? What's he doing now? I might be titular, but I'm not here to titillate. It was all kinds of abuse, but the worst to me was psychological. He'd left, and I was still so afraid to make noise in my own home. I got a singing teacher just to see if I could hum in my own kitchen. If I've driven a few points home tonight, I want you to know that now I also get to drive myself home. Time is a healer, and so is everyone in Byron. And with all that healing, I've been doing things that scare me, singing, dancing, poaching eggs. I went from suicidal ideation to learning to twerk. If that is not a reason for being, a raison d'être, I don't know what is. I used to ruminate all the time, incessantly, about what I would say if I saw him again. It had to be the most mature, profound, articulate thing I could possibly think of. And then one day I came up with, if you're a rapist and you know it, clap your hands. There's always a few. It was about a week where that was my genuine safety plan before I realized it was funny. And I was so proud of myself. If you're a rapist and you know it, clap your hands. And then I realized I'd be ending my set tonight with that and no one would want to clap. So instead, I don't want to be curious about him. I want to be curious about me, and I'm going to end on something that scares me. If you're free now and you know it, and you really want to show it, it's your voice now, and you